everyone. Today we are working on a simple little seascape for my beginning class. And these are the colors we'll be using. Phthalo blue and lemon yellow, ultramarine, burnt sienna. That's ultramarine and Payne's gray and lemon yellow. And those are basically the colors, so it's a very limited palette. And as usual, I've sketched out a simple little sketch here, and I'm going to start with the sky. So to make it easier for everyone, we're going to turn the board upside down. I have already mixed up my colors. This is a combination of different combinations of phthalo blue and lemon yellow. This is a little Payne's gray added to it. And as we go along, I'll show you what these mixtures are for. This is very dilute. This is going to be our sky. Okay, and this is a bad board. Sometimes these watercolor boards from Hobby Lobby don't take the watercolor. We've had this problem before. If you have this problem with these boards from Hobby Lobby, just return them and tell them that the board is defective. We're going to try and go ahead and paint on this though, since we are doing a demo here. Hopefully they will correct this problem. I don't mind this dry brush look through here, which I think is kind of nice. So basically we're just laying in a wash, and then we're taking up any excess water. And because I want some clouds in my sky, first of all I'm going to turn my board this way. And then since right along the horizon line, I'm just going to do a cloud bank. I want this to look random, and this is with Viva paper towels. I think that's all we're going to do in the sky. You can make more clouds or less clouds, whatever makes you happy. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a moment. Actually, I think I will stop and dry that with a hairdryer. Okay, so now we are going to lay in the wash for the background. Just keep this handy. For the background C, which is darker. Okay, so we'll just take this mixture right here and see what we've got. That'll do fine. And we're just going to lay a wash. Really, I like that it's doing this because that gives you the look of sunlight on the water. So we're going to kind of just bring this down here like this in an uneven fashion. Until we get to this back wave back here. Then we're going to go ahead and bring this down here. All right. And because I want this all to be one continuous wash, I'm going to go in and do this mixture for the background waves. And they'll just be a little greener, just to differentiate. I'm just going to touch that and let it all bleed in together. Then we're just going to leave a bead of water right there. actually, I think we might just bring that on down since this is all going to be darker anyway. And then we'll just come back in here later. So let's just go ahead and bring that all down because this is the darkest part of the wave right here. This underneath part. And I am using my reference here. The darkest part of the wave is underneath the cresting water. So it'll be in here. And it's going to come on down like this. And I'm going to leave this spot right here because that's where the belly of the wave is, the under part of the wave, and it's usually greener and a bit lighter. So I'm just going to continue off over here. And we always want to paint in the same direction, keep our strokes going in the same direction as the waves are going. So we're making all this one continuous wave right there. Okay, so now I'm going to get some water off my brush. I'm going to go into the lighter sunlit part of the wave under here. And then we're just going to kind of let that transition into the blue here. And we aren't saving the whites because we're going back in with gouache on the top of this wave. And now with the tip of my brush, I'm just doing some of these strokes here. Will give us that look. And you see how this lightened up right here? So let's make that a little bit of a different shade right there. And that's going to be curving this way, back here. And then we come back in here again, and I'm just going right over it. Since it's all wet, I can do that. As long as it's wet and wet, I can continue to do this. When it starts to dry, I won't be able to do this. All right, and we'll just carry this down anywhere that we want it to move down. And we're going to have to do several layers on here. That's one thing you can do to get rid of your water, or you can suck it up with a paper towel or with a thirsty brush, either way. Okay, so that's our first layer. Let's soften that a little bit. All right. And because these waves are going in this direction, I'm going to let my water flow in this direction. I can even spritz this if I want to and really get that close-up look of the waves. This way and get them all to run this way. Don't be afraid of the water. It's just water. Water is the secret ingredient to watercolor, so don't be afraid of it. This is what gives you that wonderful look of actually being water. That's why I like these boards. They're easy to handle. They're not great as far as being archival, but they are nice boards. Okay, let's let that dry like that. And that's our first layer, so we'll stop and dry that and see what we've got.